Hello Gemini, welcome to your weekly reading with me, Cindy. So Gemini, we are doing your current and your future archetypal energies this week. I have a new archetype deck. You've probably seen it before on YouTube. It's quite a popular one, but it took me a while to get to it. So we're going to look at current and future. As I said, we're going to do that with this oracle deck. I'm also going to use my energy oracle deck, and then we're going to go into the tarot and we're going to kind of find out what kind of stuff you've been working and healing, what's starting to blossom for you in the current, and then in the future we're going to find out what you will finish working on, what will be healed, and what will be ready for you to harvest. There is an extension at the end of this. The link is at the top of the description, and in the extended I look at the energy that is the in-between, the energy that sits in between your current and your future. So let's get started. Oh, yum yum. My gummy bears. It is very gray out here today. As I am recording this, it is a gray November day. There's too many cards. The prostitute is sitting on top. I'm not going to ask what y'all been up to. My gosh, the cards don't want to shuffle right now. The current and future archetypal energy, significant to Gemini at this time. Gemini's current and future archetypal energy, significant to them at this time. Woo, look at you. You have the athlete is your current, the light attribute, dedication to transcending physical limits, including handicaps, development of personal willpower, and strength of spirit. Ooh, wow, that's actually quite a lot of power there. I kind of feel like when that card comes forward that there needs to be quite a bit of the foundation of the soul, like really strongly in place for this to be able to shine through for the body. It's really pushing through anything that has felt like an obstacle for you. Some of you may be specifically dealing with actual handicaps. Development of your personal willpower and strength of spirit. So what is your future? Wow, the healer. The light attribute is passion to serve others by preparing the body, mind, and spirit. Ability to help transform pain into healing. Wow, that's really an interesting combination. It's a little bit like you are dedicating time to yourself to strengthen you in some very physical elements here, but although it's about willpower and strength, really developing that and strengthening it, and then you're taking that energy into the future and you're almost gifting it to others, like you're going to use it. And I kind of feel like you're starting to realize that you may even be a healer yourself, and you're going to start to transform and really sink into this, like really feel it and really own it. What's interesting now is going into the energy oracle deck and seeing what comes out with it. So what do we have here with gems? These cards keep coming out. I gotta say, I mean, I'm not ready to take, see all three of them, now they're all together. It's so crazy. And when I was pre-shuffling, the moon, a goddess of the moon and the sun kept coming out, and then on the splits, the sun and the garden and the gate, and then here all three of them are sitting, which is really kind of crazy. Caring connection sits underneath that. I don't know, it might be for somebody, because those cards were popping out their little faces while I was pre-shuffling, and then there they are, and they all came together. I feel like with like transcending physical limits, these handicaps may not even be around you. They could be things around you that are holding you back. Things in your physical world that are holding you back from doing what you want to do. So you're working through that. You're realizing your personal willpower and strength are stronger than those obstacles, is what I feel like. Okay, so current and future. The cards are being very messy. Very messy. Very messy, which is not a Gemini trait that I wouldn't. Geminis tend to be very tidy. All the Geminis that I've known are very, very tidy. The thinking, this is an interesting combination. The thinking woman is not an energy that I would, well, I kind of like to say this a bit like the Queen of Swords. But maybe not so much cutting things out of your life, but definitely looking at things in your life. Again, like so any sort of obstacles, physical, real things that are in your way. Could be people, it could be social arrangements. I'm just hearing social arrangements. There's things that are in your way and you're starting to clear them. As you clear each one, I feel like it actually starts to strengthen you. But I cannot help but to think how much thought, like you're really, it's almost as if you're in a very physical cycle right now. Like maybe having a lot of physical energy or physical anxiety, and you're utilizing that by being physically busy, but also the mind is busy. The mind is busy in thought, but it doesn't feel chaotic. There's something about this energy, like there's a lot of movement and motion in this artwork, and it kind of almost feels like physically keeping busy while something in the background in your mind is working. It could even be strategizing whatever these obstacles are for you. And then this is beautiful, actually, the future energy, right? You had the healer, and then you have the angel of balance. It feels like in the current, there's something that's out of balance. Something that's definitely out of balance for you, either in your own physical world, and it could be a little bit on the mental aspect as well with the thinking woman, like you're trying to achieve that. And you're going to be getting that in the future. You're bringing in this balance. But I feel like through things that you do, you're going to create this balance. You're going to create this healing cycle. And it's not just going to be about you, though. Because this healer here, passion to serve others by repairing the body, mind, and spirit. Ability to help transform pain into healing. So this is also taking your own pain and transforming it into something positive that can be used to heal not just yourself but others. So let's go into the tarot and see, what have you been working on? What have you been healing? And what is starting to blossom for you? I've been working on, in the current energy, what has Gemini been working on? What has Gemini been working on? The healing. It's getting ready to Ooh, that's an interesting blossoming. I'm not going to tell you. You can see the cards. You see how I did that? I set my camera up so you can see the table and me, and it took about 10 months to do it. Okay, so your future. What will you finish working on? What will be healed? What will be ready to harvest? Wow. Oh, look at you at the bottom. Oh, with the Magician. Look at you at the bottom. Look at you shining through with your card here at the bottom and the Magician. There's a lot of major arcana actually coming into your future. So going into a very significant cycle as you move into the future. Now, what have you been working on here? You've been working on some sort of victory. You've been working on, I'm hearing, fulfilling some sort of plans that create success in the end. You've been working on that. And what have you been healing? You've been healing the Three of Pentacles. You know, the Three of Pentacles is a lot about sharing our knowledge and our inspiration with others and creating new things and working together. Sometimes it can be something as basic as work or school, like where you go, or even a church group, or whatever. However you are sharing your energy and your time, and your mind and your body with your community and what that community is to you. I see this big mountain sitting in the background. And for me, I'm feeling like there's been some sort of obstacle in this for you. And it's interesting that that comes up with this card, transcending physical limits. Development of personal willpower and strength of spirit. It kind of seems like you've had to climb up some sort of a mountain here, climb around a mountain, an obstacle that's been in your way. And there's been times where it's likely felt a lot like it took your power away. Like you felt very powerless in the past. But as you've been progressing, kind of realizing it's been making you stronger. You may have been going through something that you've actually never experienced before. Some sort of obstacle in your life. And when it's something that we've never encountered before, it can make us feel really defeated at the time of meeting up with that new cycle, because we have nothing to utilize. Like we don't have, well, any past experiences that we can bring forward for ourselves to be able to negotiate this obstacle. So I do feel like at first, whatever this obstacle was for you, that you've learned to negotiate it. And through that, it's actually really strengthened your willpower and your spirit and your personal strength. Climbing a mountain, of course it would. If you've never climbed a mountain before, depending on how long it takes to climb the mountain, let's say it takes a month to climb this mountain. For the first 2.5, even maybe, yeah, let's say 2.5 weeks, the majority of the mountain climb is going to be pretty hard. There's going to be points where you feel like you just can't go anymore. It'd be easier to just go back down to base camp because it's all downhill. But what you want is beyond the mountaintop. And you've done it. Like, and that's what an athlete really does. It's the person who gets up really early in the morning and they're dedicated to their practice somehow, whatever that practice is. And transcending the obstacle. Strengthening themselves so that they can go over the mountain. I like this. What is starting to blossom? Wow. You have the Seven of Cups. Now, I want to say possibilities. Maybe however you were going through this mountain, whatever that, or over it, whatever that signifies to you. Could be a relationship. Could be some sort of physical disability too. It could be a health issue. There's a lot of things that this can be for different people. But as you've been going through there, you may feel like you didn't have a lot of options, or it was really difficult to decide how to move forward. You were just maybe stuck on a certain path and that's the only way you could go. I feel as though as you've gotten to the top of the mountain, you've kind of moved out of the word I'm looking for, like moved out of specific environments where the terrain has changed and it's become a lot more clear to you. So what I'm actually getting with this card is what's starting to blossom are your dreams and your fantasies. You're actually getting closer to achieving them, or achieving it, whatever that is, to your dreams and your fantasies. So into the future, I'm going to clarify cards too, because it certainly gets deeper when I do that. But what will you finish working on? Look at that, the Devil. Whatever has held you back in the past, whatever has made you feel trapped, oh, I think what an awesome combination. I mean, who would be climbing this mountain but this goat, right? That's exactly who would be climbing the mountain. So by climbing this mountain, what have you been healing, and what will you finish working on is this Devil. You've gone up the mountain. It's been really hard work. it's been a lot of internal work with the devil, that's for sure. An awful lot of internal work. Breaking bad habits, seeing things within yourself that were difficult to look at, coming to terms with that, forgiving yourself, and moving beyond it. So going into your future, but of course, because you're really bringing in this healed energy. Really, really healed, powerful energy. What will be healed is the Empress. The Empress will be healed. Now that's really an interesting thing to say, because the archetype here is passion to serve others by repairing the body, mind, and spirit. Ability to help transform pain into healing. The healer. What will be healed? I do want to say that whatever you're healing in yourself, you bring this somehow energetically, physically, however that's going to play out, towards someone else and actually help to heal them. So maybe you even heal a connection here. Something gets healed in your future. Definitely healing something in the future. The Empress to me is the epitome of all your dreams and wishes sort of coming true, but coming true in a way that you are able to create them three-dimensionally. So it's a little bit like, you know, your dreams and your fantasies are starting to blossom, and the ability to manifest all of this into the 3D is going to be healed. So that's a really good combination for those two to come together. So what will be ready to harvest? The Six of Pentacles. An equal give and take here. Some sort of equal give and take. I'm feeling too like there's things that you've worked on in the past that will, almost like the fruit will be ready to harvest or to pick, which is funny because I would usually get a message like that from the Seven of Pentacles. But I'm kind of getting that with the Six. So let's clarify. I do want to show you what's at the bottom of the Energy Oracle deck. You do have the Deceit card at the bottom of the Energy Oracle deck. And I think that's really interesting because you have the Devil here in terms of what you will finish working on. So there may be some sort of deceit in a situation that you've been working through. They feel connected somehow to me. That's a lot of cards, too many cards. We're going to clarify. I'm going to actually pull all the clarifiers out and we'll see how this goes. You guys today. I feel like the cards are just messy. It's just this messy feeling for some reason. And it's not an energy that I would typically attribute with Gemini. Like most of the Geminis I know are almost OCD. Like, you know, everything is lined up in the cupboards. It's not all of you, obviously, but a lot that I have encountered. Very tidy spaces and everything keeps falling out here. Maybe it's a little bit like, maybe you keep getting things kind of tidied up in your life and then something happens and it kind of falls out again. And it's like, damn it, again. Which is a bit of, could be a bit of this mountain that you've been climbing. The Three of Wands, definitely. Every time the cards fell out, the Three of Wands came out. I noticed, was it last week? I don't remember which video it was. Somebody said, how come a card fell out and you didn't take it? I've kind of noticed too, if the card really wants to come out, it's coming out. If I put it back in, like there was probably too many cards, it comes out. Like I can't stop it. It's out of my control. Your current victory here, you've really been working on having that. Working on it. Three of Wands, Seven of Swords, and the Eight of Pentacles. Some of you could literally be looking for a new job. literally, like trying to find success at work or trying to find success at a new job here. And it feels like, I mean, with the Seven of Swords, maybe even having to leave. Maybe you had to stop looking. Okay, with COVID. These readings are going to be getting really interesting again because numbers are starting to get pretty high all over the place. So stuff is changing around the world, and I'm reading the energy, so I'm not going to pretend that what's going on is not going on, but it feels a little bit like with this Eight of Pentacles, wanting to have success. The Three of Wands is expecting something, perhaps expecting something that was elusive and disappeared, but there's so much of that right now. Like, the world is very unpredictable. But you've been working on this success. So I do want to say, as unpredictable as things have been, you've still been working on finding a success here. But there has been some sort of disappointment, I feel like, with the Three of Wands and the Seven of Swords. So that's what you've been working on in your current. What if you've been healing? The Three of Pentacles. And that's kind of interesting. Because I said, like, this can, in a very simple explanation, the Three of Pentacles can be like the energy that you share at work, the energy that you share at school, the energy that you share with your community. And it does feel like something about with your work. Now, you have the Sun, the Five of Cups, and the Three of Swords. So you've been healing this. Because something is like literally something that is like a wish fulfillment. The happiest days for you is disappointing to heartbreak. It didn't work out the way you thought it would, anticipated it would, and it literally breaks your heart with the Three of Swords. So you're trying to heal that. It's not an easy heal. Like, to go something that is a wish fulfillment that makes you happy, that is everything that you could possibly have dreamed of or hoped for. And then it just turns into something that is very disappointing, sad loss, and pain. Like, there's so much conflict between your mind and your heart in this that you've been healing. You've been healing the conflict between your mind and your heart. Interesting, right? Where are you right now? Because this is a very physical card, and this is a very intellectual card. And that's the archetypal energy that you're in. I do like to say that mental pain and anguish can often occur when we are not taking enough physical action. And that can be very apparent in the period that we're in right now, like with COVID, where there were so many, I don't like to use the word lockdown. I don't really know how many people are getting locked down. I don't think the majority of us are. I think things close, options become limited. We don't need to use such harsh language. But there's definitely a feeling of constraint. So people are spending a lot more time in their heads, and we can get into this energy and we can have these conflicts between our minds and our hearts here. So what is starting to blossom for you in the corner? Like, really, I feel like your wishes and your dreams, your fantasies and your dreams here, starting to succeed going through this moon energy into the sun. Starting to blossom. Look at, we have the Eight of Swords, the Chariot, and the Hermit. So there is some progress here towards your dreams and your fantasies. But you've had to come out of a really tough situation where you do feel trapped with the Eight of Swords. Feeling very trapped. This Chariot lately has been really interesting playing through the zodiac readings. It's often followed, because Chariot to me is about finally getting some, either that could just be emotional movement, but often it is a physical movement, or making some decision based on your emotions to move forward. And that comes out of a period of stagnancy where, you know, you've had to work through your emotions. And a lot of times, you know, things come in after the Chariot, like the Star, the Eight of Wands, like it picks up. I've really been seeing this a lot, where we get the Chariot and we get a stop again. Did you guys have that last week? Somebody had that and it was very strong. It was like stop and go, stop and go, stop and go. So it's starting to blossom. It's still not picking up real fast here. I mean, I gotta be honest. It's not picking up real fast, but it's not trapped. And there is a lot of self-assessment. So you come out of feeling trapped. You're working on coming out of feeling trapped here. Coming out of these deep emotions. And looking within. My God, I know it. Yeah, how much time can we all spend looking within? It's absolutely incredible. But you know, there's an awful lot of us that probably haven't spent much time looking within for a very long period of time. Some people may have never really done it because their lives have been so incredibly busy. Like I think about prior to COVID. I mean, I never really tried to have my son in too many things at once. We usually maybe had one thing going, like he was learning swimming. And he would go once a week to swimming or skating or something like that. But I know people where the kids almost every night, if not every night, were doing something. And I used to think to myself, like, do they spend any time? Like, dude, if they're married, like, as a married couple, do they really spend any time? It just feels like people were so busy to the point that they weren't really participating in their lives. Their lives were kind of running them. So I don't think it's a bit of a correction in that. So what will you finish working on as the Devil? I love it. There's that feeling of entrapment, right? And you're working on it. You're moving forward. You're moving forward. You have the King of Wands, the Six of Pentacles, and the Nine of Pentacles. This is a very empowering energy. Wow. So empowering. And to come in after the Devil. Like nothing's going to stop you. The King of Wands is the one king that I want to say is going to find a way to get with the King of Wands. Like, I'm going to get it. I'm going to find it. If anyone could get over this mountain, it's definitely like a King of Wands energy. Like you're going to take that on. You're going to come up with new ways and new ideas. And I like the Six of Pentacles into the Nine of Pentacles. It's like having balance, being able to give to others where you can and where you know you can, but still really looking after yourself with the Nine of Pentacles. Independent. Some of you, with the Devil, this could be coming out of some sort of karmic connection or karmic relationship that is not serving you or the other party anymore, and really coming out of it quite strongly here. That's what you're going to finish working on. Maybe it's even making the decision to do this, to take this leap and to really own your life and free yourself from something that feels very toxic or codependent and become this very strong and independent energy. So what will be healed, right, is the Empress. Oh, you have the Knight of Pentacles, the Five of Wands, and the Three of Cups. For healing this Empress within you. And even it feels like someone else. It's been very slow. There's been a lot of internal and maybe even external conflict. But I see here, like I see a reconciliation. I see a celebration. The beginning of happiness again. From a point of moving very slowly forward and through conflict. That will be healed. I kind of feel like with this Five of Wands, a feeling of a bit of entrapment too. Because the wands are kind of all around this person and they're just sort of like drawn in, like they can't move. Maybe not being able to move has been one of the bigger conflicts for you. Geminis tend to be very busy people also. Like because your mind is very busy, so you tend to, and I think you naturally tend to be kind of physically busy too, because it is an outlet, it is a way to kind of expel some of that energy and use it. So this is a difficult, I can see like this could be a difficult period for fire signs. And yeah, I would say Gemini. Out of all three air signs, definitely Gemini. I think Aquarius can have a good time all on their own in their head. And Libra will just be balanced. We'll have the balance. We'll keep the balance. We'll keep it going. So what will be ready to harvest is the Six of Pentacles. Interesting. You have two kings here. You have the King of Pentacles, the King of Swords, and the Knight of Swords. kings here. It's not talking to me. I feel like a choice. You're making some sort of a choice. Did I show you the cards? Sorry. Look at how this King of Swords is looking towards the Knight of Swords, is coming towards him. Now the Knight of Swords is very quick. Could even be a little bit reckless. But why is the King of Swords sitting off to the side, bored, like nobody's there? Like nobody's looking at, or sorry, the King of Pentacles. Nobody's, oh, wait a second. I feel like you act as a go-between on something. Either that or you're holding two energies here. It's the King of Pentacles and the King of Swords. Why are you holding two energies? You might be holding two energies based on two different aspects of your life. Oh, I need more clarification on that. Why are there, what's going on with the King of Pentacles? What's going on with the King of Pentacles? What is going on with the King of Pentacles with the Six of Pentacles? Okay, a new beginning. So we have the Ace of Pentacles with the King of Pentacles. This might be two aspects of your life. And the King of Swords with the Knight of Swords. Why is the Knight of Swords rushing towards the King of Swords? Wow, I didn't know that much came out. Three of Pentacles. See, that's where the Three of Pentacles is what you've been healing. Like a wish fulfillment, the Sun. It just feels like there's something about these. Like, look at these two cards. There's something here. Either, maybe, I don't know. It could be someone that you used to work with and maybe the work is closed down or something has happened. It may not even be a romantic connection, but it's definitely feeling the loss of this person. Like, maybe just you enjoy seeing them. Like, it really made your day. Even if you didn't like where you worked, it was okay to go because you really enjoyed the energy and the connection with this person. But like I see with this Eight of Pentacles, like, I mean, there's some sort of support here and wanting to support and nurture and it feeling very mutual. And that turns into disappointment and heartbreak. Again, we have the Three of Pentacles, the Devil again, and the Hanged Man. And this is why the Knight of Swords is rushing to the King of Swords. Maybe the reason there is disappointment here in this Three of Pentacles, where you share your energy, where you've been sharing your energy, it has something to do with the stagnant cycles that have been going on. Because there's that Devil twice, feeling trapped, feeling like you can't move. And then the Hanged Man is not a whole lot different from the Hermit. It's a little less it's not so introspective, where there's a little more extrospective going on. I can make up words, right? Gemini's into that. I can make new words. There's definitely, I want to say with the Six of Pentacles playing out here in what is going to be ready to harvest, if there might be something to do with your work with the King of Pentacles, and there might be a new beginning for you there with the Ace of Pentacles. I'm kind of feeling like these two kings are you, and they're two different elements of your life. The King of Swords feels a lot more like you, so this might be more of your personal life. And rushing forward to correct something, maybe even to correct some sort of heartbreak that's happened here. I am going to ask, what's at the bottom? We have Temperance. Yeah, Temperance. Temperance has been all around for the last 10 months. I'm going to ask, the thinking woman energy that you have right now, I want a little more on that. I'm getting a bit like of this physical and mental balance that you're trying to achieve. Can you tell me specifically about the thinking woman energy for Gemini right now? The thinking woman energy for Gemini right now. The thinking woman energy for Gemini right now. The thinking woman energy for Gemini right now. Oh, she's got the King of Pentacles again. Look at the King of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, and the Six of Wands. So this is all about thinking about your victory here. This is all about thinking about your victory, having some sort of new, fresh, really lighthearted restart. I'm hearing restart. And with the Six of Wands, there's your victory. So it's definitely the mental aspects that you're going through to get this victory. But I feel like you're helping to keep yourself balanced on a physical sense with exercising, moving obstacles, just pushing people out of your way. Just be nice about that. Don't push them too hard. Okay. Yeah, there you go. That's a Gemini. That was interesting. Yeah, I'm going to go do the extended. I want to see what the energy between your current and your future is. And figure out what your personal challenges, distractions to be aware of, and areas to focus on are going to be. Alright guys, thank you so much for letting me do this reading. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.